Hello! Welcome! Number 2 for you, Punk Points, the show. Well, you might ask, what is Punk Points, the show? I might ask that myself. I've been taking some time to think about that, and I still don't know. So, what I'm going to do is share with you a little punk rock stories that some of them I hear. I used to live San Francisco, California. I talked about that a little bit already. Here's me at Alcatraz. Kinda, alright, there's from Alcatraz back to San Francisco. I always thought that was here's a young me with a different mask at my place of employment, where I talked about this, the actual picture of me and the tongue. They kept it at the Lusty Lady Theater. Okay. I don't know if it's still there. I don't know if that's true. That might not be true. Don't come get me. Here's me doing my work. That's a lubed up, very large vegetable. I'm not sure what vegetable that is. Zucchini or cucumber. Your guess is as good as mine. I did not taste it to find out. Okay? So, here's me. I did a fair amount of drinking in these days, so you can guess I was under the influence. Here's me and my best bud. I didn't talk to him before I did this. He lives here, where I live in Portland, Oregon. I brought him up here for the first time. He still lives here. Anyway, here's us. This is at the plateau or whatever, this place you could overlook San Francisco and drink beer undetected. Here's me and some friends. And here's an end of a typical night. I did a lot. Yeah! So punk, dude. Punk here. And here's me at the beach with some Bristol, England punks that were friends of my roommates. And there's the San Francisco thing. You walk through there and get to the other side of a... Here's us going to, I believe, the first annual punk rock prom in the 90s. So you can guess when that is. There's us. Or I'm taking a picture. There's everybody else. And of course I didn't ask them about that. Here's me there. That guy was really cool. He was from Cleveland, and he wanted me to be in a band with him, and I was terrible, and I still tried, and it still didn't work out. But anyway, he told me I was good enough, so that made me know I'm good enough, and I can play in a band now. It just took me a long time, and here's me, punk rock'em sock'em robots with the mohawks. Oh, and by the way, San Francisco in those days, having a mohawk and a spiky jacket, that wasn't cool, man. Then the Lookout people, they weren't that cool either. They had taken over from the original guy. And so it was definitely the punk police were out in force. Different punk police than the punk police today that are associated with the only all fun times at Punk Points. Whatever. Have fun. I'm gonna get back at ya. Hey, welcome back. So, there's a song associated with one of the highlights of living in San Francisco, and it is, I was on boots on the ground, mohawks up, the day that Jerry Garcia, the lead singer, tragically died somehow, and we were all sitting around discussing what to do for the day, and it was suggested to go to 8th Street and to we could bump some change, get free 40s, and it was this like punk rock kid's birthday, and where he was having a party in the park. So it was like, hey, everyone was gonna go up there anyway and just hang out, and with mohawks up, we could get free money from tourists. So my buddy was always like, well, you got to give us $1 if you want to take our picture. I thought it was just fun to hang out and ask for money and drink beer. But anyway, so we were going to do that, and we were sitting around, and it was my day off, and so I was up. I work graveyard, and we were sitting around, and comes on the TV that the lead singer of the Grateful Dead had died, and it was like we all like looked at each other. Everyone, like my roommate, we were all sitting there, and everyone just like, yeah! Especially me. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, and there's a lot of hippies up here. I'm from the Willamette Valley. Deep in the Willamette Valley, there's a lot of hippiness going on, and I just was against it. Okay, that's all I can say. I was against it. I'm against it. I was against it. So it was one of the funnest days I've ever had in my life. It was a punk rock story, and here it is, because we were boots on the ground, Mohawks. This is what happened. I wrote a song. We used to play it. It's a real mean-spirited song, and so I think I stopped playing it because I thought about it and was like, well, you know, if any punk rock idol died, it'd be like, oh yeah, well, they died. But this like really ruined everyone's day, and it was, you know, if ever you've ever had to, you hated the Grateful Dead and sat around and had to listen to tapes of them because you wanted to get something from someone. And so you had to sit through this to be cool. This is about that. So hold on, I'm gonna pause. Okay, rolling. This is kind of we have this is a different. This isn't the way I originally played it. What do you wanna do today? Go that kid Jerry's birthday. Hang the hay and bump change, a perfect way to waste the day away. So grateful to be alive. They all the hippies died. Hey, 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 in the Manera, bye bye. Hey, Jerry Garcia died. Hey, hey, hey. The police have the streets locked off, and every hip from all around the world. Hey, 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 suffering and dying in horrible misery. Can't see a happy. This makes me so grateful to be alive. Hey, 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 all the hippies died. In the Manera, bye bye. Hey, 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 Jerry Garcia died. Peace and love forgotten, both they're fallen idle. Sadness turns to anger, we just laugh and point. Hippie girl grabs another hold on. So, hippie girl grabbed another by the hair with her Birkenstock. Kicked her in the head. I saw somebody, a hippie girl grab another hippie girl by the dreads and kick her in the head repeatedly by her dreads. Boom, 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 when she had on Birkenstocks. That's a true story. They had a free concert in the park. I mean, it was jam-packed. The streets were blocked off. It was jam-packed of, like, just people. Their day were bummed. And we didn't even bother asking for money because everyone was, like, walking around in a trance. Like, their world literally ended. Like, you young punks that didn't know what hippies, like, real bus-living hippies that traveled around the world, like, or around the United States going to different. There was a lot of them. So that's what my side of the story. And sorry if it was bumming out your trip and bringing up bad memories. But that's what happened to me on the day that Jerry Garcia died. I'm some guy. Later.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Brian Barfbag's Movie Corner. I'm Brian Barfbag. This is my co-host, Scummutt. That's her punk rock pseudonym. Alright, so today's movie, last week I told you about Trancers, or last time I told you about Trancers. That was from '84, I believe. This one is a little bit newer film. It's from 2017, and it's called How to Talk to Girls at Parties. It's a British film. But it's set in 1977 in England. It's about a punk rocker who falls in love with an alien girl who's visiting Earth on some sort of tour group, and he teaches her about punk and about rebellion. And apparently her culture has no rebellion. They're just all conformists. They do what they're told, and she learns from him how to stick it to the man And the thing is, like, at the end of their tour, they're on tour for some reason, and they're all supposed to commit suicide at the end because that's some sort of weird population control in their society. So he teaches her, like, to stand up for herself, and she has to teach all the other people, has to convince all the other aliens not to kill themselves, because, you know, that's what the man wants you to do. That's what society wants you to kill yourself, man, and you got to stick it to them. And it's a pretty good film. It stars Elle Fanning as the alien girl. You might know her as Dakota Fanning's little sister. Dakota Fanning played Cherie Currie in the Runaways biopic. It also has Nicole Kidman in it, and I'd say it's also was based on a short story by Neil Gaiman, and it was directed by John Cameron Mitchell, who directed Hedwig and the Angry Inch and starred in it and created that. So it's got a good pedigree, I'd say, and I think that you'd probably enjoy it. So that is my this week's Movie Corner pick from Brian Barfbag. Hope you enjoy it.
For me, at Punk Point, some guy. Look at me tearing this. Not pre-cutting it like some other imposters. Let's see if I could go to the hospital alive. I'll take you with me in the ambulance ride. We'll all go. Okay. This is a little... This box has seen some better days. It may have been sent a few times. Okay. We're in. We're in. We did it. Oh boy, it is record shaped. I'll tell you that. Box. There's what the inside of a box that formerly contained a record looks like. People, I guess this might be considered VCLT, whatever that means. Vinyl Love Train, I think. Okay, return postage due. That's not true. Cauliflower and there is a 7-inch record. Oh my God. Cauliflower, Ass and Bob, Sad Hang Dog, and Twice as Drunk. Wow, look at this. Wow. I bet this is cool, but I don't know what it means yet. I'm going to have to solve it. And then, inside the very bag, what could it be? Oh, Polka Dot Punk, a specialized record. This is awesome. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm going to hang this on the wall. Ha 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 ha. It's art. I threw up. Awesome. Thank you so much. This is so awesome. Time to make that poo-poo platter. Avalanche, look out below. Poop soup, overflow. Belly aching full, toilet bowl, diarrhea, diorama. Early morning grumbler, served out of a porcelain tumbler. Grab a fork, grab a spoon, eat it, I'm talking to you. Grab a fork, grab a spoon, eat it, I'm talking to you.